All right, here's our second video for section 12.2. We're going to cover examples 3 and 4 in this video. In this section, we've already talked about mean, or finding the average. The next measure of central tendency that we're going to talk about is what we call the median, or our middle, right? If you drive down the street and you say, watch out for the median, doesn't that mean that middle of the road? And so that's what helps me remember what median is. It means the middle. Now, median is the data set that's in the middle as long as your data is written in order. So that's a really important piece. If I ask you to find the median, what I need you to do first is make sure that your numbers are written in order from least to greatest. And then we can find what number is in the middle. Okay, let me show you two examples. If you look at example 3 with me, we have a couple of different data sets, A and B, and it asks us to find the median. But remember, before we can find the median, we have to make sure that we put these numbers in order. So I'd like you to pause the video, I'd like you to put these numbers in order, and I'd like you to count and see which number happens to be in the middle, the median. When I put my numbers in order, this is what came out. When I counted to the number in the middle, I ended up getting that the middle number, the median, was 90. That's the number in the middle, as long as I put them in order. So my median is 90. On the second set, when you put your numbers in order, so if you haven't yet, pause the video and do that, I ended up getting this. So then when I counted to the middle, I don't know about you, but I kind of went finger, 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 and I kind of counted all the way to the middle. But I noticed something was a little bit different on this example. I ended up getting two numbers in the middle. On this example, didn't you get that the 28 and the 35 were both in the middle? They tied? And so if we have two numbers that are in the middle, what we have to do then is find their average. So anytime I'm finding the median, if there happens to be two numbers in the middle, we want to add them together and divide by 2. That will give us our median. So in this case, 28 plus 34 divided by 2 is 31. I would say that 31 is our median. Even though 31 wasn't part of our data set, 31 would be our median because we happen to have two numbers in the middle. Again, if there's only one number in the middle, that is your median. If there's two, you add them up and divide by 2, and that number would be your median. Okay? So if I give you a set of data, I need you to make sure that you can find the mean and the median. All right, here's where it's going to get a little bit harder. If you look at this formula, this n plus 1 divided by 2, n meaning the number of data items that you have. What this formula will help us do is figure out what position our median is in. What spot is our median in? So if you look back at example number 3, you notice that I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different numbers in my data set. If I take 5, add 1, that's 6, and divide by 2, I end up getting 3. That means my median is in the third spot. And so if you look, 1, 2, 3, I found that my median was in the third spot. So this formula will help us figure out not what the median is, but what spot or position your median is in. That's helpful when you have a whole big long set of data items and you don't want to have to figure out where the middle is. You could quickly figure out what position it's in and then count just to that position. Let me do an example 4 with you. It says here listed below are the points scored per season by the 13 top point scorers in the National Football League. Find the median points scored per season for the top 13 scorers. The data items are arranged from smallest to largest. Oh, well there you go. They already put it in order for you. Now, you could count finger, 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 finger all the way to the middle, or we know that there are 13 scores in this data set. If we add 1, that's 14. If we divide by 2, that's 7. And so I know that my median is in the seventh spot. So then all we have to do is count to the 7th spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means it looks like our median is 147. Our median is 147. That's way easier than trying to count to the middle. And it gets easier and easier and easier the more and more numbers you have in your data set. I'll show you a harder example in the next video.